leader at the end of this lap.
That's right. So Rick's actually the fastest car on the circuit as well. So he'll comfortably be the race leader. He's got George McDecky right behind him. Nice casual driver change there. That's what we've seen with the 60-second stop. There's no point rushing it. Take your time, guys. We've got another car in pit lane as well. So they've just got to sit there and wait. One of their crew members has to have a stopwatch and record the time. And when that car gets to 60 seconds, they're off. And here comes Rick Bates now in the lead.
And he's just set the new fastest lap of the race, 1:38.5. Mediki's gone slightly faster. That's George Mediki now. George has raced the last couple of years, but he's just moved to the US where he's joined JTG Doherty. That's Marcus Ambrose's NASCAR team as a development driver, looking to do some late model racing this year and follow in his footsteps, but he just couldn't help himself and come back and have another run in a ute.
Oh, why wouldn't he have a crack at a ute around Adelaide? Why not? I mean, it's a fantastic experience, and he's done quite well, obviously, and now he's running second, chasing down Bates.
Rick Bates has got the lead. He's got a margin of 3 seconds back to George Mediki. What can the big fella do? George Mediki, don't know how they cram him in this car, but he's pedalling fast. It's lap 8 in the V8 utes in Adelaide. Back in Adelaide with race 3 of the V8 utes, and it's pretty standard. There's all sorts of bits and pieces lying around the circuit. Rick Bates is our leader in the Jesus Falcon that he shares today with Andrew Fisher. The margin, though, to George Mediki is pretty constant. So for a guy who is not a ute racer, he's more a rally man. He's done plenty of touring car racing in his time too, though, Rick. And has been running pretty much lap time for lap time with George, who's done a lot of years in these cars.
P1, push on.
Craig Dontis, you've just put Leanne Tander into the car. This is your home track. Does it feel a bit strange standing here in pit lane while Leanne's out driving your car?
Oh, look, Leanne's pretty good. She knows what she's doing, so happy to have her in the car. It was hot work out there this morning.
Did a great job starting 24th up to 11th when you came in.
Yeah, we've had a shocker of a weekend, so to put it in a good spot for Leanne to take over, pretty wrapped. New car for the weekend, so getting used to the Holden, so very happy.
Well done.
Thank you.
Cheers.
The good news is Leanne runs in 9th now, just in front of Charlie Kovacs Jr. So we've got Charlie Sr., who's handball the Wilson Security Commodore. Oh, look in the background. That's Tim Shaw. No, not the Demptel man.
And
the former Commodore driver.
That is a massive hit.
That's big. That's a huge hit. The car he's sharing with Reece McNally, the younger brother of former Rookie of the Year Glenn McNally.
There's been a big crash with the McNally, mate. Just be careful as she comes around. After turn
Safety
one,
car called, no surprise there.
Flag, I think, mate.
Red flag, I think. Look, obviously it's
there's
oil.
There's oil everywhere over the road. Matt Lockwood, the Kiwi, has hit that oil as well.
Closed up.
Double yellows on display.
A similar situation there to Shane Van Gisbergen yesterday. He's hit that tyre stack on the apex of turn 1.
Be careful.
Hit the tyre stack on the apex of turn 1. It's torn the left front, suspension out of the front of the car. He's got to turn 3 there and went to turn to the left, and it went straight ahead.
So Rick Bates is the leader. We're under safety car. Mediki second from Melrose. Cole Dunn fourth. Then Chris Pithett. Tim Lay, who's sharing with Rob Jarvis. Here it is, exactly as Barks mentioned. It's broken the left front. He's managed to keep it straight and make it through the chicane, but with no steering, it's just gone head on into the fence.
I've got no doubt he's probably... It's hard to tell when something like that happens, whether the steering is broken or not. You have a feel of the car. No, it feels okay. On the gas pedal again, and all of a sudden it just does not steer, and this place is so unforgiving.
And then it left behind. Good avoiding action from Stephen Bradbury, who, well, skated his way through that one quite nicely. And certainly don't mean the pun, but he was he's running 12th, in fact, just behind James Brock. So we're under safety car now. There are our leaders down at turn 4. Tim Lay, as I mentioned, 6th. Marcus Sakanovic sharing with Gary Carson. He's in 7th. Rod Barrett sharing with David Cedars. He's up to 8th. Leanne Tander 9th, as I mentioned. Kovacs Jr. 10th from James Brock. Then Steve Bradbury, Matt Holt, Paul Morris 14th. And Andrew Mediki took over the Jack Elsgood car. And by missing out on pitting, he's back to 15th. Let's have a look again, Bargs, on the Yokohama replay. And have a look. Bang. Then the left front tyres hanging out.
It's broken the steering arm off the car. with the steering slightly turned to the left, as it connects to that tyre bundle, the first thing it hits is the actual wheel itself. It then tears the steering arm off the front of the car there, and clearly the left-hand front wheel does what it likes. And when you get to the next left-hander, you've got nothing. It's just along for the ride, and hopefully he's okay and able to get out of that one okay.
And that was a good job. Stephen Bradbury did a really good job there to miss becoming involved. And this was Matt Lockwood sharing with Steve Hodges, the Kiwi Ute champ, who was lucky not to end up in the fence himself.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's a bit unfortunate. It looks like he might have just clipped the inside front left on the tyre bundle, but I mean, there's not much you can do about that really. That's sort of just racing really. I mean, that happens to everyone, so it's just a bit of bad luck really, I think, more than anything.
Up until this point, you guys had a really good weekend. Yeah,
no, we're going really well. Our first time at Clipsal, and really sort of starting to get in the rhythm and figure out how the car works, and really starting to pick up. So I think we were set for a good result, and it's just unfortunate that happened really.
Thanks, Reece.
Thanks.
So on to safety car here in Adelaide, lap 10 of 12 with the third and final Ute race. And Rick Bates, who played the right card, was pretty pacey, is our leader as we complete the end.
Well, it all came down to strategy, didn't it, Aaron? Because it was those guys that fired into the pits first. They left Jack Ellsgood out, and it's put him in a situation where obviously Rick's rejoined the circuit first. Once it's all settled itself down, they found themselves in the lead with the safety car situation.
Plenty of action in Adelaide with the V8 Utes under safety car. Rick Bates, the leader from George Medicki. Melrose, Cole Dunn and Chris Pither, the fastest man on the track, rounds out the top 5. Well, in Adelaide, the V8 Utes have finished under safety car. That incident with Tim Shaw means that the race has been called, and it's great news for the Jesus Racing team, because Andrew Fisher, who handed over to Rick Bates, they will take the checkered flag and seal the victory in race 3 in the Yokohama V8 Utes, protected by Armour All. A unique format this weekend. Very happy at Cedars Racing that run this car. Smart pit call too, while some others were caught out, but it's been a whole pile of fun this weekend. Jeremy Gray and George Medicki started from pole and finished in second. Leighton Cranbrook and Mal Rose rounded out the top 3. Father and son, Charlie Kovacs and Charlie Jr. ended up rounding out the top 10. James Brock got to 11th. Ellsgood and Medicki, the one that got away, they finished 15th. Gary Baxter and Cam McConville from the back of the grid got through half of them. They made it to 16th. Robbie Madison was going crazy before he got in the car, ended up finishing in 19th on what was a pretty interesting sort of a race. The Cabbages, father and son, finished in 21st, and a couple of retirements on what was a pretty bruising encounter in race 3. Bryony's with our race winners in pit lane.
Rick Bates, Andrew Fisher, congratulations. That was an awesome race.
Yeah, thanks for that. I think we got a bit of divine intervention at the end with the safety car, which made it a bit easier, but it was great. Andrew did really well in the first part. Our strategy was good. We were first out of the pits, so that's where we won it.
Now, you're a rally specialist, so you're used to going sideways a lot of the time. You must have felt quite comfortable around here.
Yeah, I did. I did a few slides on the cool down lap just for fun, so yeah, it was great fun.
Andrew Fisher, a great weekend. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, look, we've had a great time. It's quite a great idea having the legends turn up and race with us, having Rick. I mean, I've known Rick's name for many years, so to have him as part of the team has been fantastic. The Disciple, as we dubbed him, he's done a good job. He's been to the confessional box a few times this weekend, but look, we've just had a great time. It's a great result for the team, the Cedars Racing team, the Jesus Racing team. Work really hard, as all of the guys do, and just a great result. We're really happy.
Well done.
Thanks, good.
Thank you.
Now, while Fisher and Bates are celebrating, this was what happened to Tim Shaw in the West Coast Racing Commodore. Huge crash at the chicane, nicked the tyre bundle on the way through. It damaged the steering. Here it is. You can see there, it's broken the steering. And when he's got to the other end of the centre chicane, the car simply would not turn. The good news is Tim Shaw is okay. He's been taken to the Track Medical Centre for observation, but he is okay. And that's the good news. But there's a lot of work to do for that team. Matt Lockwood very nearly got involved, but Bryony's back in the lane with our round winners.
Well, they're pretty excited down here. Jeremy Gray, George Medicki. George actually just said to Jeremy, we won the round. Jeremy's like, really? Did we? You didn't realise?
No, I had no idea, mate. I've exceeded all expectations this weekend. To beat Eclipse for 500, start on pole and get a place is unreal, mate. And I've got to thank my